The Santa Barbara Mission is a California icon and one of the most popular with visitors. The mission is a special place, a living legend, a cultural treasure, and the top tourist destination in Santa Barbara. The mission has served as a gathering place and spiritual home for many since it was established in 1786. The 10th mission in the chain, it is the only mission to be continuously operated by the Franciscan order. Today, the mission includes a museum, gift shop, church, and mausoleum with several historical gardens, as well as an ongoing home for the Franciscan friars. The current church is actually the fourth version. Beautiful in design with classic lines, the church's main facade is neoclassic with a pediment and Ionic columns. The Franciscans took their inspiration from the book Architectura, written by Vitruvio in 27 BC. Much more ornamental than the other missions' simple style, its design makes Santa Barbara Mission stand out like a jewel. In the niche of the pediment is a statue of Saint Barbara, fashioned out of stone by the Chumash sculptor named Paciano. On the 3 points of the pediment are the statues of faith, hope, and charity. The Santa Barbara Mission was sustained, like all California missions, by the labor of the local Indian groups. In this area, they were known as the Chumash Barbarino tribe. It was the Chumash people that actually built the church and the infrastructure to support it. The church walls are 5 feet thick, constructed of stone and mortar with Moorish windows. Much of the stonework was contributed by Mexican master stonemason Juan Antonio Ramirez. The interior of the church is unique. The Franciscans brought their classic European images, and Chumash artisans blended them with colors, styles, and designs that they took from nature, and decorating the interior to create a cultural treasure. The unusual winged lighting ornaments from which the light fixtures hang is the same design found in Vitruvius's book on architecture. There are actually 4 churches built on this site, each larger than the last, to accommodate new converts. The first was built out of logs and topped with wooden beams, covered with reeds, mud, and thatch. The original church was quickly replaced within a few years by 2 succeeding adobe churches. An earthquake in 1812 badly damaged the third church, and construction began in 1815 on a stone church that encased the older adobe walls. The stone church was dedicated in 1820 and is essentially what we see today. Originally built with 1 tower, a second tower was added in 1830. The Mission's museum is just past the gift shop. It contains 9 exhibit rooms which were originally living quarters. Exhibits provide an overview of the mission life with insights into Chumash culture with art and artifacts. A reconstructed bedroom, kitchen, and chapel room are part of the museum, with 3 of the original statues from the church's facade damaged by the 1925 earthquake on display. As converts began to live at the mission, additional buildings were added. A dormitory, kitchen, and storerooms were built around the traditional quadrangle. A tannery, potter's building, and warehouse were also added. Most California missions feature a central courtyard or quadrangle, a space to gather and create crafts. In 1873, the mission's quad was transformed into a garden with walkways radiating from the central fountain. The buildings surrounding the courtyard today contain residence, offices, and spaces not open to the public. On the eastern wall of the Great Stone Church is a Roman doorway that leads to the cemetery. Above the exterior side of the door are ancient symbols. Skulls and crossbones carved in stone are mounted over the door, a traditional sign for the cemetery in Spanish times and an early Catholic symbol for the transition between life and death. The cemetery was laid out in 1789 after the completion of the church. Within the 200-year-old sandstone walls of the cemetery are the graves, tombs, and mausoleums of early Spanish families and settlers. The first Chumash Indian buried here was known as Cristobal. He is among the more than 4,000 Indians believed buried here, along with early European and Mexican settlers. There are a number of well-known people buried in the mission's graveyard, including Juana Maria, known historically as the Lone Woman of St. Nicholas Island, the Chumash woman made famous in Scott O'Dell's children's novel Island of the Blue Dolphins. The mission's infrastructure can be found in Mission Historical Park, just east of the church. The stone ruins include the walls of the grist mill, tanning vats, and pottery kiln still stand. A creek 2 miles above the mission was dammed and water channeled in stone aqueducts to flow down to storage basins near the church. The aqueduct supplied orchards, gardens, and fountains with fresh water. 2 stone reservoirs built in 1806 supplied fresh water and powered the grist mill. The water system was so well engineered and constructed that parts of it were used to supply the city of Santa Barbara until 1993, with parts of the aqueduct still in excellent condition. The mission's beautiful Morris fountain was built in 1808. The fountain's overflow spilled into the stone laundry basin where Chumash women once washed their clothes. The Santa Barbara Mission is known as the Queen of the Missions for its grand size and beauty against the backdrop of the Santa Ynez Mountains. The mission has endured and continues to serve the community as an active Roman Catholic church and a place of worship, operated by the Franciscans of Santa Barbara Province.